Welcome to the Artivist Film Festival.
Welcome to the 8th Annual Artivist Film Festival in Hollywood, California, hosted by our sponsor, Petrobras, a partner in our community. Since 2003, the Artivist Film Festival has raised awareness for humanity, animals, and the environment through informative and inspiring films. This year, the festival will screen 41 films from around the world. Join me, Susan Muirhead, as we speak with some of the festival attendees. Let's go.
My name is Madeline Bernstein, and I'm president of SPCA LA. Every SPCA is separate. There's no umbrella SPCA that's related to any other, just to clear up that little intro. I think for me, the word is nuisance, and it's nuisance on several levels. Every time some special interest decides that something is a nuisance to whatever enterprise they're involved with, they just simply want to eradicate it. There's, the welfare cattle ranching wants the land, the horses become a nuisance. When I first moved out to California, there was a neighborhood overrun with red foxes. Red foxes were eating birds. They were declared a nuisance and everyone wanted to go out and shoot them. When I said, wait a minute, let's see how this happened, turned out that the government on the naval base allowed them to target practice on coyotes. Well, once they eliminated the coyotes, then what do you think happened with the red fox population? It just increased, and then it got involved in endangered birds. So the solution then became, well, let's kill all the red foxes. And we stopped that, and the irony is that at the end of the day, they brought back coyotes. So it just seems to me that we have to start thinking big picture. We have to stop just shooting everything that gets in our way and killing everything that gets in our way for immediate gratification, for our immediate self-satisfaction for what we want. At the time, we're a country with an adolescent mentality. I have teenage boys. They have to have everything immediately when they want it. And the other part of the nuisance that I'd like to talk about is we need to become multi-level nuisances. Because not only are there federal bills pending, although I'm not overly optimistic about anything our federal government is able to do right now, but on a state-by-state basis, you can enact state legislation. Like some states strategically located, like New York, Pennsylvania, California, in a very modified way, on the routes to Canada and other places, could enact legislation statewide banning double-decker trucks for horse transport. On a state legislation, if you make it difficult for these people to go through different states, you can become a nuisance as well as working towards parallel federal legislation. So we can become a nuisance that way. My organization has law enforcement power. We go out every day and investigate and prosecute animal cruelty, and we have a lot of horse cases. And that brings me to the other old saying, which is, the oats cost more than the horse. And this is what we're seeing. People want a horse, they lose interest. They can buy a horse for $25. They see a sign, horse, free to good home. And then they don't have the wherewithal to care for the horse, the teeth, and the shoes. And we even see horse hoarders who try to maintain it and then don't. So my message today is be a nuisance. Bother the feds, bother the state, report animal cruelty wherever you see it, and let's start preserving our resources instead of obliterating them until there's no return.
Hello everybody, I'm Mario James with Wild for Life Foundation, the committee chair for the Lifetime Equine Refuge. division. Wild for Life Foundation is a nonprofit 501(c)(3) corporation, and the film Saving America's Horses is a sponsored project of Wild for Life Foundation. I wanted to say one thing on the film's behalf, and that is that as you see represented here, there are several organizations and many individuals such as yourselves are part of maybe other organizations as well. And there's a lot of interest collectively in helping to save animals, save horses specifically here in this instance. And one of the things that I have seen that Katia has done with this film, Saving America's Horses, is she has almost single-handedly been able to coalesce people from different venues, different equine disciplines, different segments of the population, from the Native American Indians, for example, from the veterinarians, such as you see in the film, Nicholas Dodman and others, as well as the racehorse industry, the wild horse proponents. The list goes on and on that you saw represented in the film. And it started out basically as just trying to find out what the problem was. And it was amazing to discover, as she has brought this coalition together, that many of the different factions had no idea what the other was doing. And I applaud her in all of her efforts, and believe me, they have been extremely time-consuming and very arduous and extremely passionate, all the efforts on her part, to bring together all of these proponents into one venue, this film, Saving America's Horses. So I'd like to applaud you for that on stage in front of everybody. Wild for Life Foundation is, as I said, a nonprofit, and we are in the business, if you will, of protecting and making sure that animals are not abused. Specifically, horses in this instance. We have the Lifetime Equine Refuge as well, which takes some of these horses that have been found throughout not only the making of the film but in others, and have a home for them so that they can live out the rest of their lives without facing the brutal horror of slaughter. It's been very interesting to develop that and to see how these horses all have personalities has been represented and said by Netta and Katia as well. Anyway, I would just, I'm going to try and end this here now somehow.
Thank you, because we do want to open up to
and so I want to thank everybody for showing up and supporting this film and supporting the effort. Thank you.
Yes, my name is Dale Bartlett. I'm with the Humane Society of the United States, and we're an animal welfare organization, and we're committed to the protection of horses. Some of the undercover footage you saw in the film is from our investigators. We do accreditation for horse rescues. We do direct rescue. We operate direct care centers, sanctuaries for horses, and we provide grants for rescue organizations. We're heavily involved, obviously, in the legislative and litigative sides of things, working on legislation to improve things for animals, and particularly horses, both at the state and national levels. A couple of things that I think that you can all walk away with here, other than, wow, what a powerful film, is you should all at some point reach into your pockets and grab your BlackBerries and iPhones and check in on your Twitters and your Facebooks and let all of your friends know exactly where you are and why, and direct them to the website for this film. You should also take a minute and examine your diet. If you don't like the way our public lands are being used, there's one way that you're supporting what the public lands are used for. I'm not saying you have to go vegan today. I'm saying that you should examine your diet and make sure that it meshes with your own core values, and that could mean looking for more humanely raised products for your diet.
When are you going to put the movie on the big screen out there for everybody?
Thank you for asking that.
Why don't I move the podium over?
don't you just step over there?
Yeah, thank you for asking that question. We are, Mario was talking about the fact that this Wildlife Foundation is a nonprofit. So we have produced this film on donations, donated time, donated funds, and donated almost everything. So to bring it forth and put it into theaters, we just officially began post-production. So we're raising finishing funds so that we can get it out into the public, publicly release it and distribute it. So that's what we want to do. We've got a table out there. Stop by, say hello, come to our website, get people involved, because that's really what's going to make a difference. Thank you for asking that question.
Thank you, Dr. Mack and our panelists. Thank you for being here. Please join us tonight for the award show. Thanks.